Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Reid, and this is Donna Reid Talks Voice. And the student I'm going to work with is Martin. He is an actor, performer, dancer. You go on and on and on. In fact, let me have him introduce himself and give a little bit of his background. Hi, Martin.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good, thank you. First of all, I want to say that the first thing when I first came to you, I was always, when I did musicals and everything, I was always more of a baritone because I had some kind of high voice somewhere, but I had a whole bunch of voice that was missing in the middle. And you changed my voice completely. So I cannot thank you enough for that, because everything that I had dreamed of, with time happens, and it's just with hard work, as we know. Nothing comes
thank
easy.
you.
Everything comes with hard work, but you just put me in the right way, and I'm just amazed. And even when I come, I also do voiceover, and I did some 2 days ago, and I did some crazy things with my voice, like you have to burn on fire. So how you scream so much that my voice gets like so bad, but you always fix it after. So here we go. My voice is a bit low, a bit tired, so fix it.
In fact, I do hear that from when you first started speaking. I thought, it's a little heavy today. And I was thinking exactly that. You probably did a voiceover where you had to do screamy or low. Martin does a lot of voiceovers, and he's very, very versatile with his voice. He can go up here and do things like he talks down there, and he does all kinds of things. And when you do voiceovers, any of you out there who do that, you have to do all kinds of things with your voice. And then when you record it again and again and again and again. And more than once, he's come to lessons where he's got this kind of a tired voice. So this is actually opportune for this, for my YouTube channel.
I did it purposely just for you.
I know you did. I know you did, because you're an angel. So this is really a good lesson to show when my voice is tired, what in the world do I do? All right, so I'll show you exactly what we do. I'm going to have you do what everybody does. So I'm going to have you exhale, inhale, you bring your arms up, exhale, just get that air flowing a little bit. Take your time with it, nice and easy. And one more. Great, just get the air flowing, right? I could also see that you're a little tired. You're probably up until like 4 a.m. taping something, right?
Possibly.
Yeah. So again, perfect opportunity to show, well, what do I do with my voice when it's tired, when I've been up, I've been doing this project, or I just can't sleep or whatever, and I have to sing the next day, right?
Because it does happen before an audition, so you have to. It
absolutely does happen. Absolutely does happen. Now, I'm going to introduce an exercise that my brilliant late husband came up with. It's called like a pure falsetto exercise. So there's two muscle systems that bring the vocal cords together: the cricothyroid system, the arytenoid system, right? You don't need to memorize this. There are no tests. So the cricothyroid system is that one little muscle that stretches the vocal cords. It's attached on the sides. It's way deep in there, pulls the thyroid cartilage forward and down to stretch the vocal cords to give you higher pitches, right? It's the pitch regulatory muscle. So Cornelius came up with this wonderful exercise to stretch that muscle without the arytenoid system, without the other muscles. Now, the cricothyroid muscle, that stretching action is equated with the falsetto and the thinner vocal cords. The arytenoid system thickens the vocal cords and does all the things with the chest voice. Now, when your voice is heavy this way, your cords are overly thick. So they're a little tired, they're overly thick, they've been used a lot. So we need to stretch them out a little bit. It's like stretching out a little hamstring, right? So he came up with this pure falsetto exercise that hopefully just works that one muscle. Now, we've done this before, so I know you know what's coming. It's that note. It's very, very breathy on an ooh And this is no kind of a singy sound. This has nothing to do with singing per se, except the fact that we're trying to stretch that muscle and get it not be so thick. So very breathy, but don't push the air too hard. Ooh, that kind of a sound. Ooh. Easier, easier. Ooh. Ooh. That's it, real breathy. Ooh. And it feels way down here somewhere. Ooh. And make sure it's not clear. Ooh. Ooh. That's a real easy airflow. Ooh. Ooh. And a little softer as you keep going down. That's it, easy, easy. Great. Now the other thing I'm going to have you do, again, because you're a little tired, things are going, I'm going to have you do that ya, ya, ya thing. Try not, and no sound. Try not to move your jaw. Just move the back of your tongue. And feel the whole larynx going up and down. It's kind of a little massage that happens.
Yeah.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Great. Now, we're going to use that action, combine it with the falsetto, but not this pure falsetto, regular falsetto. You're going to do it with the U, U, U. So you're going to do 3 times, U, U, U. Don't worry about your jaw. Just let the tongue move, let everything move. U, 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 and see what happens. U, 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 open up a little bit on top, might not quite be an ooh, that's all right. That's it, nice and easy. And keep it on the falsetto side. Great. Now, how is that feeling so far?
Good.
Okay,
yeah.
Now, sticking with the U, because I want to just keep that back of that tongue moving, just let it loosen up, and start with the falsetto, U, 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 U. It may go into a chest voice, it may not. Don't force a chest voice. Really back off. Let it be more on the falsetto side than not. And it may not be smooth. That totally doesn't matter. You, 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 you. Obviously, went into a chest voice. As long as when it goes into a chest voice, it's nice and easy. You, 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 you. You, 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 you. You, 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 you. You, 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 you. Great. Now let's take that guy on the bottom. 3 times with the U, U, U. Same idea. Easy peasy. You, 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 you. Exactly. You, 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 you. That's it. Easy peasy. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo.
Good. Now it's leaning a little bit toward an O, which is absolutely fine. You're kind of anticipating what I'm going to do anyway. So what I'm going to do is you, yo, 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 ya, 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 ya. And again, watch the ah. The ah is going to want to be louder just because it's an ah vowel. But really hold back nice and easy. So you, yo, ya.
Yo, 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 ya, 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 ya. Yo, 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 ya, 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 ya.
Just like that.
Yo, 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 ya, 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 ya. Yo, 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 ya, 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 ya.
Yep.
Yo, 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 ya, 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 ya. Yo, 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 ya, 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 ya.
Exactly.
Yo, 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 ya, 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 ya.
One more.
Yo, 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 ya, 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 ya.
Great. Now again, how is it feeling?
Good.
Not bad?
Yeah, yeah.
Still feeling a little bit of the fatigue?
I feel like it's starting to get higher.
Right. So that's why I stopped there. I stopped much lower than I would normally stop with you because, again, I could just hear that there's the fatigue factor going on. So we're going to do it this way to go higher. You're going to do ya, ya, ya on the bottom, falsetto ya, ya, ya on the top, and back down ya, ya, ya on the bottom.
Window? Ya, 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 ya.
Yeah, but the top is falsetto, bottom's chest voice, but again, holding back on that chest voice.
Ya, 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 ya.
Exactly, just like that.
Ya, 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 ya.
Yep.
Ya, 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 ya.
Yep.
Ya, 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 ya.
And at any time, let me know if anything feels like it's tight or if it just doesn't feel right.
Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya.
Great.
Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya.
Great. We don't need to go higher than that. Now, let's put everything together. Let's do it on this one. Do not worry about chest voice. Do not worry about falsetto. It's all ya, ya, ya. Let everything move back and forth. Ya, 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 ya. The top one may be falsetto, may not. Whatever's easy.
Ya, 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 ya. 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 Ya, 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 ya.
Now that's interesting. Up to that point, how did they all feel? Did they seem like they went into some kind of falsetto? Did they all seem very chesty?
It's a falsetto, but it's a falsetto that's attached still to the bottom. So
Okay.
I feel like it's connected.
That's what I heard, very definitely a connection. Now, similar to what I did with an earlier lesson, I'm going to start it here. And I do exactly what you just did. Don't change anything. Here on the top note, the upper harmonics. So when you get there, the very top of the bottom guys are fine, and you're not overdoing the bottom, which is absolutely fabulous. You know, nice and easy. You have very good momentum going. You can't just hold back altogether and quote unquote relax. Let me give you a little break by talking about that. So many people, when they sing, they think, oh, well, I need to relax because the muscles feel tense. So then I need to relax and able to sing it. That's the worst thing you could do, because what everybody does is when they think about relax, they collapse, and then they don't have enough momentum going up. And where does that normally happen with people? High notes. They get to the high notes, it feels tight. They know they want it to feel comfortable, so they think the word relax. So then they relax in approaching the top note, and there's not enough energy. And then of course it all collapses and it's tight. So the word relax is not correct. There is the holding back. There's holding back the energy a little bit so that you don't push, obviously, but you don't ever want to relax. I know you don't do that. I'm doing that for the benefit of the audience, and that gave you a little break. So let's do the same thing. Just hear the upper harmonics on that top note. Ya, ya, ya.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Great.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Little bit teeny tiny more on that one. Just a little, and again, just hear the upper harmonics. It'll mix itself.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly. Now let me ask you this. Besides just hearing the upper harmonics, did you do anything else differently on that note?
Yeah, I hold back a little bit because I was pushing a little bit, and I noticed when you said it. So then I just pulled back, but still with the physical intention of doing it, but just a little bit, not as loud.
Yeah.
You know, I have a tendency to be loud. So
yes, you do. Well, again, people with big voices, and you have a very big voice, an intrinsically big voice. People with big voices tend to really want to push on it. Now, I'm glad you mentioned it exactly that way, because in hearing the upper harmonics and in approaching it, you actually got a better result by backing off on the volume, not on the energy, but on the volume. And that's a huge, huge distinction to make. Again, I'll do a little aside. People think that louder needs more air and more push, and softer needs less air and less push, and absolutely not true. It has to do with pitch range. If you're up there, you need much more air and energy on that pitch than you do for the lower pitch. It's just an acoustics thing, right? This is vibrating at a lower hertz, and this is vibrating at a higher hertz. So you need more air, more energy on the top, less air, less energy on the bottom. So you have to kind of figure out what that energy is. That was brilliant. Let's do the next one, ya, ya, ya. Same thing. So you've got that energetic rhythm to the top, but holding back a little bit on that volume.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Now that last one, did that start to feel a little bit more false, or does it still feel kind of connected to the bottom?
It still feel connected.
Great. I'm just trying to get your feedback on that, because we hear a smooth scale out here. Let's see what the next guy does.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Still connected?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
How about that one?
This one went a little bit more false. I felt a little switch.
A little bit of a switch, right? But still, again, out here, it's a very smooth scale. It doesn't sound, I mean, you could hear qualitatively, it is different than the other notes, but it doesn't sound like you made a switch.
Yeah.
Let's see what the next guy does.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Now that one sounds just a little bit more false than the other one.
To me, I felt like this one had absolutely no switch.
See, that's interesting. We didn't hear a switch. I didn't hear a big switch, but it sounds a little bit more on that falsetto-oriented side.
Maybe because it already started a little bit higher. I just felt for me it is one piece.
Absolutely, and that's how you feel it. And that's another good point. You feel it and you sense it the way you do. I could say all of the things that I hear, but that doesn't mean that's how you experience it. And when you actually, when it comes down to your singing it, you have to know what you are doing. It's your experience, not mine. I can't tell you, put it here, do this, do that. And then you make the decision. Well, do I like that sound or do I not like that sound? Do I want it in a piece of music or do I not want it in a piece of music? Let's try one more, just see where it goes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I would almost say that's more chest voice on that top one.
Okay.
And that probably felt more false, right?
It did.
There you go. And everybody, whoever's out there listening to all of this, and they could play it back a million times, they could decide, no, wait a minute, I think that's more falsetto. Oh, no, wait a minute, I think maybe that's more chest voice. Well, maybe she was wrong there. Well, maybe it was that. And it doesn't matter. The sound is free. That's what's important. And if you want that sound for a piece of music, doesn't matter if it's chest voice or falsetto, you do that sound, right? Now, let's see what happens. We're going to try this guy one more because I don't want you to do too much. Stick with the ya because I like the way that kind of launches things off for you. So ya, hold a little bit. Let's see what we have, okay? Ya, ya. Now, one, how did that feel? Two, how would you describe it in terms of chest voice falsetto?
Yeah, I thought the first note was a little funky for me because I didn't know where it was. So I was like, oh, and then it kind of surprised me a little bit.
And then the top note?
That was easy.
And did you say it was more on the falsetto side or attached to the bottom with chest?
Falsetto attached with the chest, definitely.
That's pretty much a full sound, even though you feel that falsetto dominance up there.
Yeah.
That's a full voice. That's a pretty full sound. You could sing that as a full sound. Now, can it be brighter and a little bit more belty? Of course, we can do that. But that's a full legitimate sound as much as you're feeling that falsetto. And that's a G.
Okay.
You see?
See, that's why I knew that, because if it would have been higher, actually, I think it would have been easier. Funny enough, now I say that higher is easier.
Well, yes, because then it's really going off somewhere else. It's that passagiary. In fact, I'm going to have you do one more. This is the F, okay? Letting you know it's the F. See what comes out, because this is trickier because it's in that passagiary. Once you're higher, it kind of goes somewhere else. Lower, it's definitely more chest voice. Just see where he goes. Ya, ya. Ya, ya. Yeah, definitely more chest voice, right? But still related to that G that you sang. It doesn't sound like, oh, those are two different voices. It's the same voice, they're just different notes.
Definitely.
And then how does that feel physically now?
Yeah, it feels much better. I even hear it in my talking voice. That is higher.
I hear it in your speaking voice. Yeah, your speaking voice is a little bit higher. It's not so logy. It's not so thick.
Yeah,
so,
and you did the hardest note because those are the hardest.
Exactly, that's why I did them. So once you have this fatigue factor going on and you have to get your voice ready to go do a performance or record a song or do whatever it is you need to do, it can be done. It's not ideal. And again, working with you this way, I'd say, I'm not even going to have you sing anymore because you just need to rest your voice. But if you had to do something, you could go ahead and do it now.
Oh, I know I can.
Yeah. Wonderful. Do you have any other comments about that?
No, it's just that every time, I just want to thank you because every time I come in with something or little problems, you just you does your little magic and it always works after this. And I'm sure even if I had to sing a high C and everything, it would just come out because you just make me go there and make it happen. And thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching Donna Reid Talks Voice. If you have any questions for me about this episode, please visit my website and click Contact.